Christopher, and I'm here with the lovely Deidre Abrami, and I met Deidre at the Breakers. No, yeah, the Breakers. I'm sorry, I'm getting.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I'm getting so sorry. I had Gordon here last weekend, and we met at the Four Seasons. So I'm doing it.
You're a jet setter.
I am. I just need to go down to the O, and then I'll be, I'll have done the
And then come down by me at the Boca Resort.
There you go. Well, whenever you invite me, hint, hint. But no.
See how good he is today.
But I met you at the Breakers, and we were at Tia Crystal's launch of her low ammo men's range. Note the bracelet. Okay, beautiful, beautiful bracelets. www.lovetia.com. And I think she's also going to be doing www. I always get too many W's. Lowammo.com. Okay, got the plug out the way.
There you go.
And I spent
Good for you, Tia.
There you go. I spent most of my time talking to you because I found you absolutely fascinating. And
thank you.
Well, that's why I had to invite you to my break room. I really wanted you to have the opportunity to talk to my audience, let them know who you are, introduce yourself. You do so many things, and you have such a diverse background.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, obviously I look at things from a business point of view, and you also do some business consultancy, and you're doing some. I'm going to let you tell everybody what you do. So, Deidre Abrami.
Thank you, Christopher. That
You're
was a
welcome.
nice intro. What do I do? Well, today I am a intuitive life coach, psychic, mom of two at large, we'll say, and doing so many other things. Since I was little, did I grow up and say, someday I want to be the next best psychic? Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I come from 6 generations of psychics and healers on my father's side of the family, and they told me since I was itty-bitty that someday I would be a psychic just like them.
I was going to say, you didn't see it coming?
Uh-huh.
I know, sorry.
All right, you can change that later.
Yeah, let's cut that, right?
Cut. But no, joking aside, exactly. I ignored my abilities. I thought, well, my family is really nuts, but anyway, they won't be seeing this. And I truly did not embrace it.
Okay.
And then I had what you would call not a near-death experience, but a life-threatening illness that I was diagnosed with 14 years ago.
Okay.
I was delivering my son, and I'll give you the quick version of the story, that I was diagnosed with a brain aneurysm and was in the hospital for about a month, and I lost my vision. I was not able to really care for my newborn I had just delivered.
Okay.
And my daughter was only 14 months at that time. So here I am, 2 babies at home, can't drive, can't even lift my head because of this chronic head pain and shoulder pain. And my psychic aunt comes to stay with me. Okay? You can see where this is going, right?
Yeah, it sounds like
So
a TV show.
I was so blessed that my neighborhood, everybody kind of pitched in to make us dinner for a couple of weeks. And so as each family would come to the door with a beautiful meal that they just put love and, yeah, you know where this is going, energy into, there goes my bubbly, very eccentric medium, not in size, that's the type of psychic she is, answering the door to welcome the guests into the home. And before you know it, it becomes how do I put it nicely? Okay, a psychic message session with not only the people who are there, but all their deceased loved ones.
Oh, wow.
And so before you knew it, word got out very quickly in the neighborhood. If you want a psychic reading, bring a meal over.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I was scared, I'll be honest, because I was embarrassed of my family. I did not embrace it. I was worried to be judged since I was very little.
Uh-huh.
And although when I was little, my friends, they're not very nice, but they used to call me Weirdra. So if
Oh.
any of you out there watching, thank you, high school friends, instead of Deirdre. Wasn't that nice of them?
The kids.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason they would do that is because once in a while when I was young, I would just blurt out things that would be true. And I had no
Wow.
idea of how I knew this information. And then I would find myself covering it up because I wanted to be like everybody else.
Well, when we're done, I need the lotto numbers.
Heck, do you think if, I would give them to him? Nope. So, yeah, I wish, right? Although I have one little bit here and there. And my father was very lucky
That
for
should
many
be
years.
that should actually be illegal. Like psychics should not be allowed to.
Oh yeah, they, there are
Just
some, and also gambling. I've had some people bring me to
Really?
Yeah, like Hard Rock and certain places to do some gambling. Sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm not so on.
You know
I know,
what?
that's another gig for
I
us,
was
another
gonna say,
show.
yeah, maybe we need to go hang out. Yeah. We'll be at the Hard Rock.
Be back.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, with my aunt greeting everybody with these beautiful dishes, she started to read them. The town quickly found out that now I have a crazy psychic aunt at my house, and she kept saying, "You're gonna end up healing your aneurysm, and you're also gonna be just like us." And I was like, the healing the aneurysm sounds good, but not like us.
Not like us.
But she was right. Pretty much what started to happen is I started to have vivid dreams about people, places, and things. And I'm not a gossip or a drama queen, and I really don't care about people's history or where they're coming from. Or I don't want to be nosy. I'm not that nosy neighbor. But anyway, I started to know details about neighbors and friends and family, and I started to document it.
Really?
And then what happened was my husband, I would show him, like, I had this dream, and I would document it. He was like, don't tell anybody. And sure enough, it would happen one after the other, and I would show him. I said, remember when I told you? And he's like, shh, don't tell anybody. So I was very secretive about it. And before you knew it, I wanted to learn more. And my aunt couldn't really teach me anything. So I started to be like a sponge, and I started to do some research about metaphysical things and people, and I studied under so many mentors throughout the whole United States and other countries, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And then the more research I did, the more I found out that this is 6 generations worth of my family that I had no idea, these secret societies they belong to and all of that. It was very interesting and intriguing, yes. And that's a whole another show, another day. Oh yeah, you would love to have my family on. Oh my goodness. We're going to give you a whole
series. We're going to give you your own series.
Thank you. We'll talk about that later, yes.
Right.
So I started, the more I learned, the more I couldn't wait to share with other people.
Okay.
Like I couldn't believe that this information is here, and how come I'm not knowing about it? And it was a perfect timing too, because this is when the DVD, we should call it, which I don't even know if people use anymore, The Secret came out, and then the book followed it. So now people are starting to be aware of metaphysics and intuition and manifesting and all of the law of attraction, and so all this became popular at the time that I started to be aware of my abilities. So really what I found out is everybody's intuitive.
Agreed.
And maybe people have different skill levels. It's like anything else. Can you learn to hone it in better? Sure. I compare it to like tennis. If you get a trainer and you practice and you keep training and practicing, eventually, hopefully, you'll get better at tennis. Yeah, there are different people who are naturally more athletic.
I was going to say. But
And same thing with intuition. Sure, people say, well, Deirdre, you're just very intuitive because of your family. I could say sure, but I also have studied and learned, and there really isn't a day that doesn't go by that I'm practicing.
Okay.
And so what happened was this whole thing started to evolve. The more I knew, more people would say, Deirdre, you should teach about this. And my aunt tricked me one day. One day we went into one of those New Age bookstores.
Okay.
And here we are, and she's like, I need some candles. So we're in the store, and all of a sudden she sees a woman behind the desk at the checkout counter, and she's like, are you the owner? And the woman's like, yes, I am. She goes, oh, you're such a lovely store. And she's like, do you need like somebody to teach about angels here? And she's like, how did you know that? Our person just moved out of town, and yes, we're looking for somebody to teach about angels. At the time, I was really studying a lot about angels. And so the woman says to my aunt, so you know somebody? And she goes, I do. And she's like, who? And she points to me. And I'm like, who the heck is she talking about?
Over there? Yeah.
Exactly. And before you knew it, there I was being thrown into teaching my first lecture. It was like 20 people showed up. I had no idea what I was talking about, I thought. But it's true. When you show up, the angels appear. And I've been doing that for 7 years now. And
they keep showing up.
They keep showing up.
Okay.
And then before you know it, I was invited to do a radio show called The Angel Hour.
Oh, wow.
And that was a little terrifying because first time I was in the studio, and this is a live audience, I was like, if you guys don't show up, angels, I'm out of here. I quit. But they did show up.
Okay.
And I did that show for a couple of years. And then I just felt like I was ready for other things. But So that's how it really evolved. And I worked with very little children to adults, teaching them how to tap into their own abilities.
Okay.
I also do private sessions with clients, whether it's for their personal life or for their business.
Okay.
And I'm working on future things too. I'm always looking to try new things. I'm very creative. I loving working with people, such as yourself.
Oh, it's too kind.
And so, yeah. So
We'll invite you back. Keep up the compliments.
Anyway. I will. It'll get me a little far away, right? And so here I am today, sitting with you.
But there's more to it. I mean, you have a pretty extensive business background, and one of the things that you mentioned to me is that you do some business consultancy for people.
I do.
You kind of use your business background along with your psychic capabilities and bring it all together, right?
I have, and it's things just kind of evolve. The first client who came to me was a dear friend of mine, and she still is. She owns a fish company, an international fish company. And I psychically, just as being a friend, started picking up on things. And she's like, oh my goodness, you need to, and her business partners are all around the world. And she says, you need to start Skyping coaching us. And so that was my first client for business. And because I was she takes such diligent notes, and she kept track of the accuracy of what I was guided to tell them. And so that client turned into many other clients. It really was just something that just evolved. And yes, I do have a degree in business, and being in the corporate world for over 20 years prior to this new career, I should call it. So that did help.
The numbers don't add up.
Oh, I know.
20 plus
I know, I'm only 29.
I'm just saying. So, what are you doing now? Because I know we talked, and you have so many ventures and things in the pipeline. But tell me something good. Tell me something exciting. What's happening in Deidre's world? What can we expect to see next?
I don't know. So many good things. I'm always going to look to help people no matter what. And the next thing, but I'm not going to give too much out, is I have so many clients coming to me for relationship issues. I'm sure you too, right?
Absolutely. Yes. A lot of people asking for advice.
The two main things for me is career and love. That's what the two biggest things that people come to me for.
Okay, love and money.
Love and money. And so really it's more love. I would hope so, right?
Yeah. Money makes the world go round.
Only to a point, though, because you can't take it with you when you go home to heaven.
True, but I don't plan on taking any. I'm going to spend it. I don't know. Hey, the Zegna suits cost. I like them, so I don't know about you, but I'm going to spend it.
You don't have any children, do you?
How did you guess?
Some of us have to give our suits to our kids, right? But yeah, anyway, so that's why after hearing years of people asking and looking for guidance in the love department, and these are super financially successful people. I mean, all across the board, but especially lately, a lot of successful people, and even friends and colleagues saying, Deirdre, where is my love? And realizing they need so much coaching through the dating process, especially people who have been dating a very long time. So my girlfriend and I have come up with a niche, but I'm not going to give it away until it's ready to be launched. But that is like my next baby I'm working on.
So that's when we have you back on the show.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes, when we're ready. I don't want to, because it might change and evolve, but, or it is. But it's really going to be relationship-based business to help people that have been maybe out of the dating arena for quite some time. Maybe married for a long time, or just really putting their career ahead of everything. Men and women, all ages. And we're going to help them through the dating process, and even white glove service, we can even help them select their dating, because as an intuitive, I could tell you if it's a good choice or not. But get you ready also physically. Like some people need maybe some makeovers, men and women. We've discussed that.
Absolutely.
To etiquette, to even helping the people. I'm even in contact with people to help the gentleman find the perfect first date spot, to, even setting it up. If you want us to do, we can do the whole, it's a concierge business. We can do the whole.
That's a good idea.
White glove service. If you even need us to make the reservation and set the table, we'll do the whole thing. It depends on how, there'll be different packages available. But we're still lining up with some really great, fabulous experts too in the field.
Picnics on the beach. Just saying, you got that one for free.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And if you really don't want to do too much work, buy a gift basket that has all of your picnic goods in it. Comes with the basket.
Okay.
Show up on your date. Go to a nice, romantic location. She thinks you put in mucho effort.
Absolutely. That would definitely be a good, the only challenge is, because I used to be in catering, is make sure you have a backup for rain. So you'll have to, but you could select it by a nice pavilion. Though.
Exactly. I was already thinking that. I was wondering where you were going with this because, being South Florida, it's often too hot to actually be out in the sun anyway. So you need
Absolutely.
to make sure
Well, you could do it during sunset.
Yes.
Well, no, because it depends where you live. But sunset, absolutely.
Sunset. We can definitely do sunset.
Full
sunset is
moon.
good. Oh, yes. Oh. Okay, that's
got it going on.
I
think I have my male expert. What do you think, guys?
I think that's going to be in the book. We're gonna write a book. That's
Absolutely.
giving you too much information. So, gosh, you've told me what's going on with you in the future. We've covered the past. I know you're very busy. You said you have a client to go see. Mm-hmm. How do people get hold of you?
They could reach me either by my website, which is www.deidreabrami.com, or they can call me at 561-READING. Isn't that a good number?
How did you get that?
I have my ways.
I'm going to say no more. And of course, you're on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Just look up Psychic Deidre or Deidre Abrami and Google me. I have lots of great videos too, free stuff on YouTube.
Oh.
From meditations to helping you the basics of how to channel your own angels, your spirit guides, your deceased loved ones that you may be missing. So I'm going to be working on some new stuff too.
So you're more than just a psychic then? I mean, not being funny, but I mean, when you start to talk about meditations and...
yeah. The biggest thing is, and also if you sign up on my Facebook, I do a daily message. And I really try to go to the beach and watch that beautiful sunrise and start my day off right. Because there's so much pain out there. Like I had a beautiful woman last week message me that... my blogs, which is this daily post that I put on my social media, but you can also sign up on my website, saved her life. She was going to commit suicide a couple of weeks ago. And because she's like, you gave me hope. It's really not me. I'm just showing up and just being clear and listening. And I just receive these beautiful messages. Of course, they're mostly for me too. I mean, that's how it works, right? Whatever, all the people that come in our lives are for a reason, no coincidences. And so things like that, really, I feel like I'm here, of course, not just here with Christopher, but here at this lifetime to really just be, a voice of God, or I don't want to get religious because I'm not a religious person, but voice from heaven saying, hey, we're here, we got your back. Mm-hmm. If you need us, just ask. I think I went off subject, but that's okay.
No, this is your subject. I mean, I invited you to the break room just because, as I said, when we met at the Breakers, we talked for so long and it seemed like 5 minutes. So I really wanted to share that with my audience. I have a tendency of doing that. I just grab people and be like, hey, get in front of the camera. You need to tell these people what you do. But
that's wonderful.
But definitely with you, I found it very informative. And I really felt like you have so much to offer everybody that, and maybe they weren't fortunate enough like me to come across your path. So this is my way of making sure that they come across your path.
Oh, well, thank you. I feel very honored to be here, that I was even invited.
Thank you. And you're actually the first woman we've had in the break room.
Ooh, I feel very honored.
You should do.
Woo-hoo.
Deidre Abrami, thank you very much for joining us.
It's Deirdre, but that's okay, Christopher. I won't forget his name because my brother's name is Christopher.
Okay, sorry. Deidre Abrami, thank you very much for joining us in the break room.
Oh, thank you.
All right, good.
You did good.
Okay, there you go.